Good morning, people, or good evening, good afternoon, whatever time this video is being put up. Of course, you guys know there's a lot of news going on in a whole lot of entities, so I'm going to be covering a lot of videos this week. Of course, the first one is going to be 10 crazy space facts that you probably did, but most likely did not know. But of course, before I get into this video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. You guys help me out a little bit, and without further ado, let's get right into this video. Now, fact number one, the universe is actually expanding before our not quite very eyes, but before our very reality. The universe is expanding infinitely at 67 kilometers or just about 41 miles per second. Now, there are a lot of things that have to do with this. This is huge. The fact that the universe is not only already big to the point where we can't even comprehensively understand, it's expanding at 41 miles a second. In case you guys don't know, the length between most major cities and most suburban areas is about 30-ish miles. Now, just imagine that in one single second, and that's how fast this universe is expanding on us. Now, what I want to know is, what is the universe expanding into? Does that mean we have infinite possibilities, infinite gravity, or infinite zero gravity in space, just infinite land, infinite planets? It's a very, very interesting concept, if you ask me. You guys let me know what you think. Now, of course, fact number two, 95% of space remains undiscovered, and some even state that we know less than 1% of space. Now, of course, you guys probably think this one is a little bit obvious. However, when you compare what we relatively don't know, and then the fact that the universe is expanding literally every single second I talk to you right now, that makes this a very, very ominous fact. It's almost scary how unknown we are, or how unknown of our surroundings, how much of our surroundings we don't know compared to where we are now. Like, we're just a small, teeny tiny atom-sized atom in a huge world that's expanding before our very own reality. It's a really, really interesting concept. Now, of course, some people are going to be scared and say 95% of the universe is undiscovered. That's absolutely crazy, Micah. We don't know what the world is going to happen. And I would say you're absolutely right. But what makes you scared is what makes somebody like me optimistic. I really, really love this fact, all right? They might be scared to some people, but to me, 95% of space being undiscovered represents opportunity. And I absolutely love that. Now, going to fact number three. I bet not a lot of you knew this. There are actually more trees on planet Earth than there are stars in the Milky Way. So when you see a tree, just count multiple stars, because there are a lot, and I mean a lot of trees on Earth. Yeah, that's a lot of oxygen. I bet you guys did not know that. There are billions of stars in the Milky Way. So just imagine the amount of trees on Earth that we have compared to, the Milky Way. You can't cut that down. We've been cutting trees down on Earth for generations, and there's still more trees on planet Earth than the Milky Way. So just imagine that. That's an absolutely insane fact. So next time you look at a tree, I guess you should appreciate it a little bit more. Go up to it and say, hey, technically, there are more of you here than there are more stars out there. So everybody, we need our trees. We don't need to cut down trees. But going away from my environment tangent, yeah, there are more trees on planet Earth than there are stars in the entire Milky Way. That is absolutely ridiculous, and I didn't even know that fact, to be quite honest with you. However, number four, there's a volcano on Mars bigger than the entire state of Hawaii. This volcano is called Olympus Mons, located, of course, on Mars, as I just said. Now, of course, this is also the tallest building that we have discovered in our solar system, 60,000 feet. If you guys don't know, that is over 3 times larger than Mount Everest. This mountain also stretches a whopping 374 miles across. Just imagine that. Like, you see, Mount Everest is just about 27-ish thousand-ish feet long. It's about that. 60,000 feet is absolutely treacherous. That's absolutely insane. And the fact that this is not only a regular mountain, this is a volcano that's actually active, sort of active on Mars, that just really, really, really bolsters this fact even more. And it's not only a large and tall mountain, it also spans a large range, 374 miles. Just imagine a mountain that's 374 miles wide and long. That is absolutely insane to me. Like, just imagine you're on a highway, right? Some people see the Rocky Mountains or the Appalachian Mountains when they're on the highway. Just imagine there's this one mountain, 374 miles, that just will not go away. You lay that in some states, and it will dominate the skyline no matter where you are in the state. That's absolutely ridiculous, man. That's a crazy fact. I'm really, really interested in that one. I would like to see Olympus Mons one time in my life, for real. Maybe I could dress in a nice little spacesuit and go to Mars myself. Either way, going down to number 5, Mars' largest valley, called Valles Marineris, is the largest valley in our solar system. This valley is 10 times larger than the Grand Canyon in Arizona. This valley stretches 2,500 miles. In case you guys don't know, that's the distance. That's more than the distance. That's hundreds of miles more than the distance between my hometown Atlanta and the city of Los Angeles, which is all the way on the West Coast, which is over 2,000 miles away. So just imagine that. Imagine a valley that basically spans across the entire United States. For my people who live in the United States that watch this channel, I know some of you guys live in different places. Either way, that's very, very big. That valley would stretch the entire United States and still have some leftover space to still have to put it. We'd have to put it and extend it into the ocean as long as this valley is. Just imagine that, man. Isn't that so cool to some people? Like, I don't understand how people don't see this as absolutely amazing. A valley that stretches 2,500 miles, way beyond what our minds can even comprehend. I mean, we see the Grand Canyon and think that's absolutely magnificent. I remember flying over the Grand Canyon when I was flying out to LA. Now, just imagine flying over that, except it's 2,500 miles long. Absolutely insane. Mars is a really cool planet. These last two facts have been all Mars. However, going on to the sixth fact, our days are actually getting longer every single century, and just a little heads up, this is not the world's biggest number, but every single century, aka every 100 years, Earth slows by 1/500th of a second, making the days 1/500th of a second longer every century that passes. Now, it's just a small change. However, in millions of years, as the years go by, days could be up to 24 and a half, maybe even 25 plus hours long, but that's going to be way after I'm alive. That's going to be way after you watching this video, and probably your kids and probably your children's children. Yeah, you get the idea. It's going to be way after we're alive. But the bottom line is, the Earth is actually getting slower every century. So if you happen to live for 100 years, the Earth has gotten slower in your lifetime. So you should definitely think about that. I was born in 05, so if I live till 100, that'll be the age of a new century. I'll be 100 years old in 2105. So if I can live that long, people, then I'll be able to live long enough to see the Earth time and the Earth's days slow by 1/500th of a second. Sounds very, very minuscule, but hey, it could be interesting. Maybe it'll change. Maybe the sun will get closer. Maybe the Earth will get further. Either way, enough with my tangent. To the seventh fact. Now, the seventh fact is that spaceships travel at 25,000 miles per hour and reach Mach 33 in order to break Earth's gravity. Now, in case you guys don't know, Earth's gravity is very, very strong. It's nothing you can just, fly up into the sky like Iron Man or something and just break the Earth's gravity. That's not quite how it works. 25,000 miles an hour is absolutely ridiculous. Now, just for scale, the classic and pretty basic commercial airline, if you guys have ever flown a flight, that flies at just around 300, 400, maybe just 500 miles per hour. And that gets to places very, very fast. 25,000 miles an hour is absolutely astronomical. That is ridiculous speed that humans have yet to reach on commercial jets and the commercial airlines, and probably will never reach in our lives, because that can literally burst your eardrums, and yeah, it's not pretty. That's not going to happen on commercial flights. But either way, 25,000 miles an hour. Just imagine how amazingly, ridiculously fast that is. You're just sitting in the back seat, staring up at space just like this, and you're traveling at 25,000. You're traveling literally faster than any human has in the world at that point. Absolutely ridiculous. Spaceships are very, very cool mechanics, very cool things, very cool engines. Now, fact number 8. This is actually a fact that I got from my own brain. It takes 8 minutes for light from the sun to travel to the Earth. So basically, as the speed of light works, when you look at the sun, you're actually seeing what the sun looked like 8 minutes ago. That's how light speed works, everybody. So it takes 8 minutes for light from the sun to reach the Earth. So when you're looking at the sun, that's what the sun looked like 8 minutes ago. You guys know what that also means, and I don't mean to scare people with that fact. But in the rare event and the sun blew up, in a rare occurrence that the sun blew up, we wouldn't know until it literally obliterated us into pieces. Like, I'm not even joking. We look at the sun 8 minutes in advance, so we wouldn't even know when it blew up until that light reached us. And by the time that light reached us, we would all be completely obliterated. Yes, I know that's a pretty terrifying fact to some people, but I want to let you know that the odds of the sun blowing up are, they're quite minuscule. They're very, very low. But either way, it takes 8 minutes for light from the sun to get down to the Earth. So next time you look at the sun, you're not looking at it. You're looking at what it looked like 8 minutes ago. You guys go ahead and remember that fact. Now, fact number 9. Some neutron stars can spin as fast as 43,000 times per per second. I can't even wrap my brain on how fast that is. 43,000 times in 1 second. Anybody wanna elaborate on 43,000 times in 1 second? I think that fact really speaks for itself. I don't even have to explain this one. Just imagine there's a spinning like bottle top thing. I don't know what you guys call it. Some people call them tops. Some people call them the toys. The toys that the children have. Imagine you're spinning that thing, right? And you know it spins very, very fast. Now just imagine it going 43,000 times every single second. Space is truly an amazing place, bro. Like, there's super speeds and super slows and the speed of light. There's a lot we don't know. I'm just going to say that right now. Space is very, very interesting. However, going to number 10. This one is probably the scariest fact on the list. So for all my people who don't like space, you should probably click off the video. No, I'm just playing. Don't click off the video. Just stay right here. I promise I will not make this scary for you. However, we are slowly being sucked into a black hole. In case you guys don't know, the middle of our Milky Way contains a supermassive black hole. And by the second, we are slowly being sucked into a very, very dark abyss. But don't worry. For all my people who are scared of space out there, it's a very long time before this kind of thing is going to happen. We're just spinning in sort of a vortex, and that is going to continue for as long as probably humans exist. It's going to continue for a very, very long time. However, it's good to know that when you wake up every day, you're slightly closer to being sucked into the dark abyss. We don't know what's on the other side of black holes. Now, some people theorize that there are the opposites. There are white holes that spit out matter rather than sucking in matter. We don't quite know. So maybe the Earth would just go to a different dimension. Maybe we'll all be stretched and spaghettified, as the scientists like to call it. Who knows? But either way, we are slowly being sucked into a supermassive black hole. Those are your 10 space facts for today from Mr. Micah Cannon. But of course, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. You guys help me out a little bit. You guys already know I wish you nothing but the best. Big bars. Stay loved, stay blessed. And without further ado, I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching. In terms of upside, I think he is the best pick in this draft. I think Malik Willis has the most natural talent and upside of any quarterback. And this draft